The fallen angel statue discovered in Russia. This is the creepiest thing.
It's fake, ladies and gentlemen. It's been proven. Yes, it was 2 miners that found this.
The viral video of a statue in Russia has not only brought the country to a standstill, but has also stunned the world. This statue, believed to be a fallen angel, has unveiled an ancient prophecy and its terrifying connection to the drying Euphrates River, raising global fears. Could this statue truly be linked to divine events?
The fallen angel video, which caused quite a stir among the residents of Umar region, turned out to be fake.
What terrifying fate awaits the world when this centuries-old prophecy comes to pass? Join us in this thrilling episode as we uncover how and why the shocking discovery of a fallen angel statue led to a nationwide shutdown in Russia.
The world is crazy as it is. You don't need to add fuel to the fire.
The Uncanny Discovery. On January 25, 2023, a gripping video surfaced on TikTok, capturing a mysterious statue rumored to be a fallen angel. Uploaded by a Blagoveshchensk resident, the video quickly went viral globally. The statue, said to have been unearthed by miners 340 kilometers from the town of Zaya in Russia's Amur Oblast, became an overnight sensation. In the video, the figure, draped in a heavy cloak that obscures its face, holds a sword and shield. The massive wings on its back give it a frightening yet angelic appearance. The miners who found it were convinced it was a fallen angel. They even claimed that it emitted some sort of strange energy whenever they went close to it. The miners said they immediately called the authorities when they found the statue. They were told that helicopters would be sent to collect the heavy statue, and they were asked to stay with the statue until help arrived. The video spread rapidly across social media, causing a buzz in Akteya and the Amur region. However, the excitement soon faded when the truth emerged. Irina Kichigina, press secretary at the Elga coal complex, revealed that the statue was not an ancient relic, but a piece of old art tossed around the Elga coal mine's shift camp. The miners had discovered it by chance and concocted the story to make the video go viral. As the video circulated on TikTok and YouTube, viewers shared their theories. Some believed the statue was a timeless angel, while others speculated it was a prop from a forgotten film. The fascination with the mysterious statue, though ultimately a hoax, continued to captivate those who watched the video. Coincidentally, this wasn't the first time a tale of a fallen angel stirred excitement in Russia. Over 10 years ago, in 2011, a similar hoax captured the public's imagination. Back then, a sensational claim emerged that a skeleton of a fallen angel had been found in Russia. This idea quickly spread, fueled by popular myths of the time. The discovery was featured on television, accompanied by a report on the investigation. However, since the video was only in Russian with no subtitles, many viewers mistakenly believed the skeleton belonged to an extraterrestrial being. This mix-up sparked a wave of wild rumors. One intriguing news story claimed that the remains of a young person were found near the skeleton of a sheep or goat. The speculation suggested that these were the remains of an ancient ritual or sacrifice. Indeed, each case turned out to be false. But why did they capture so much attention? What is it about fallen angels that fascinates people so deeply? This fascination has endured through the ages, showing just how powerful and captivating these myths can be. Rise of the Fallen Angels. Fallen angels have fascinated people across many cultures and religions. One of the most striking depictions is the Monument of Lucifer in Madrid's Parque del Retiro. This impressive statue, created in 1877 by Spanish sculptor Ricardo Belver, portrays Lucifer as a once beautiful angel who turned wicked. The bronze statue, known as the Fallen Angel, stands at a dramatic 666 meters above sea level, a number with dark significance in many beliefs. Originally dedicated to Satan, inspired by John Milton's Paradise Lost, the statue captures the powerful and haunting image of Lucifer. It shows a striking angel with broad wings and a sword, looking up with a mournful expression. His face is filled with pain and shame. The pedestal is decorated with eerie symbols, like chains and snakes, adding to the statue's chilling aura. The Bible also contains powerful and unsettling images of fallen angels and their leader, Satan. In Luke chapter 10, verse 18, Jesus describes seeing Satan fall from heaven like lightning. This vivid image is echoed in Matthew chapter 25, verse 41, which talks about the devil and his angels being cast into hell. The Synoptic Gospels describe Satan as the head of the demons. The Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3, hints that some angels will be judged, suggesting the presence of wicked angels. In 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4, and Jude chapter 1, verse 6, there are warnings about angels who have sinned and are awaiting punishment on Judgment Day. The book of Revelation deepens this dark narrative. Revelation 12 describes Satan as a fierce red dragon, whose tail sweeps a third of the stars from the sky, casting them to the earth. Verses 7 to 9 recount a dramatic battle in heaven, where Satan and his angels are defeated by Michael and his forces and cast down to earth. Early Christians connected these accounts, leading to the belief that fallen angels are demons, with Satan as their leader. In 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 10, early church father Tertullian suggested that Christian women should wear head coverings to protect themselves from the temptations of these fallen angels. Tertullian even told a story about a woman tempted by a fallen angel touching her neck. The link between fallen angels and Satan is further shown by Old Testament references. The term Lucifer, from Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12, used in the late 4th century Latin Vulgate, describes a fallen angel, adding to the dark reputation of the morning star. This image of Satan is also connected to Ezekiel chapter 28, verses 11 to 19, where the king of Tyre is described as a cherub who fell from grace. Although modern interpretations might not see these Old Testament passages as directly about Satan's fall, the powerful and captivating stories create a vivid picture of fallen angels and their dark leader. This fascination with fallen angels, who symbolize the root of all evil, raises an intriguing question. Why are people so eager to find proof of these fallen beings, as if they were searching for the devil himself? The modern world and fallen angels. Angels, demons, and witches, they're everywhere these days, in books, on TV, and in movies. Using Stranger Things as our point of study during the week of May 23, 2022, the show clocks an incredible 5.1 billion minutes of viewing time. When Season 4 launched, it soared to the top, becoming the most popular show in 83 out of 93 countries on the Netflix Global Top 10 list. Even now, the show holds a strong second place as one of Netflix's most watched shows. So why is this important? Pop culture has begun to twist our view of the supernatural in the Bible. While not saying that TV shows are purposely messing with our understanding of biblical supernatural elements, it's crucial to stay aware of how these dramatic portrayals can shape our perceptions. Once humanity encounters the fallen angels, there will be no turning back. Chaos will engulf the world, and the comforting heroes of movies will be nowhere to be found. According to the Bible, this event will signal the end of time, and surprisingly, the terrifying day is here. The beginning of the end of humanity. The recent drying up of the Euphrates River has sparked renewed interest in the topic of fallen angels. This dramatic change in the river's condition has captured many, drawing attention to its connection with ancient prophecies and the ongoing fascination with the mythical beings mentioned in them. The Euphrates River, one of the oldest and most significant rivers in the world, flows from Turkey through Syria and Iraq before reaching the Persian Gulf. It is mentioned in several holy books, including the Bible, where it is noted as one of the 4 rivers that flowed from the Garden of Eden. In the book of Revelation, the Euphrates is foretold to be the site of a dramatic final battle between good and evil. According to this prophecy, the river will dry up, creating a path for kings from the east to march to the battlefield. This battle is often seen as a grand symbolic struggle between heaven and hell. Not only is this river a battleground, but it is also where the fallen angels are bound. In Revelation chapter 9, verses 14 to 16, John describes a chilling vision. He hears a terrifying command: release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates. These 4 angels, waiting in chains for the right moment, are set free to unleash chaos. Their release signals the start of a dreadful event. They will lead a massive army of 200 million mounted troops to destroy a third of humanity. John only heard this overwhelming number, which suggests an immense and apocalyptic force beyond anything imaginable. These angels are brutal, merciless, and cruel. They are more demonic than angelic, and will likely collaborate with wicked humans devoted to the Antichrist. They will spread pestilence and disease as part of the 3 plagues that will flow from their mouths, adding to the chaos and suffering on earth. The drying of the Euphrates is not the only sign that the end times are upon us. There are several other indicators to consider. Let's delve into other signs of the end times. Never-ending bloodbath. In the last century, wars have claimed millions of lives. A British historian once noted that the 20th century was the deadliest, filled with almost constant conflicts. According to the World Watch Institute, the number of people who died in wars during the 20th century was 3 times greater than in all the wars from the 1st century to 1899 combined. Since 1914, over 100 million people have lost their lives in conflicts. Matthew chapter 24 verses 6 to 7 says, "And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places." The ongoing conflict in Israel, particularly the struggle for Jerusalem, echoes biblical prophecies. The creation of Israel in 1948 was a major event in fulfilling these prophecies. The prophet Ezekiel, who wrote over 2,500 years ago, spoke of a time when Israel would be restored. Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 21 states, "The Lord God said, He will gather the people of Israel from all the nations where they have been scattered and bring them back to their land." In 70 AD, Israel was dispersed among various nations, and for 2,000 years, the Jews had no homeland until 1948, when they became a nation in just one day. The prophet Isaiah had foretold this, questioning if a nation could be born so swiftly. Jesus also mentioned that non-Jews would control Jerusalem until a specific time. Since then, there has been ongoing conflict between Muslims and Jews over Jerusalem, and the Middle East crisis has been complex and difficult to resolve.
To officially recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
All of this points towards the Battle of Armageddon. Revelation 16 verse 16 describes nations gathering at Armageddon for a final, catastrophic battle. If you still doubt the fulfillment of prophecies concerning the Jews due to their complex and controversial history, let's explore a clear and compelling sign: the woke mind syndrome. The Bible describes some dramatic changes in human behavior that will occur in the last days. The Apostle Paul wrote about this in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 to 5. But know this, that in the last days dangerous times will come. People will be self-centered, greedy, boastful, arrogant, and abusive. They will disobey their parents, be ungrateful, and be unholy. They will be heartless, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, and will hate what is good. They will be traitors, reckless, conceited, and will love pleasure more than God. They will have a form of godliness but deny its power. Have nothing to do with such people. These traits are alarmingly common today, pointing to the arrival of the end times. It's clear that such behaviors are widespread, and believers are advised to steer clear of both these attitudes and those who display them. Many people think it's enough to avoid these behaviors themselves, but associating with such people, whether in person or through entertainment, can still influence them. As Paul warned in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, "Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good character." Paul knew that these issues were present even in his time, and as we move closer to the end days before Jesus returns, we can expect these traits to become more prominent. This foresight shows Paul's awareness of the future challenges. Psalm chapter 92 verse 7 also tells us that when wicked people thrive, it's a sign that their end is near. When the wicked spring up like grass, and all the workers of iniquity flourish, it is that they will be destroyed forever. In 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 2 it says, "Many will follow their destructive ways, and because of them, the way of truth will be blasphemed." Matthew 24 verse 12 adds, "Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold." Another passage in 2 Timothy 3 verses 6 to 17 describes people who deceive others and resist the truth. It warns that while evil men and impostors will grow worse, believers are encouraged to remain steadfast in their faith and continue to follow the teachings of the Holy Scriptures, which offer wisdom and guidance for salvation. We can certainly observe these signs in our communities, but the effects of this woke mind syndrome are not as immediate as the next sign we'll discuss. Devastating plagues. The book of Revelation in the Bible describes dramatic future events that will unfold after the time of the Apostle John. In Revelation 6 verse 1 to 8, John reveals a series of 7 seals that lead up to the return of Jesus Christ. The first 4 seals introduce the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, each symbolizing humanity's greatest troubles caused by disobedience to God. John describes the 4th horseman as riding a pale green horse, symbolizing death, with Hades following closely behind. This grim figure represents widespread disease outbreaks. According to the Bible, this pale horseman, along with the other 3, who represent false religion, war, and famine, will lead to the death of 1/4 of the world's population. With the current global population of about 7.8 billion, this could mean nearly 2 billion people could perish. But Revelation isn't the only part of the Bible that speaks of disease outbreaks in the end times. Jesus also warned of pandemics before his return. He predicted that there would be outbreaks of disease in many places, as noted in Mark 13, verse 8, and Luke 21, verse 11. These aren't just ancient predictions. They are urgent warnings about what's coming soon. It's foretold that millions will suffer from sickness and disease. We're already seeing this with the coronavirus, the strain that caused hundreds of deaths and tens of thousands of infections worldwide. In just weeks, the number of cases and deaths soared. Before Wuhan, the epicenter of the outbreak was locked down. Around 5 million people who could have been infected had already left, spreading the virus. The disease reached many countries, with infections and deaths reported globally. While there was much uncertainty about this illness, one key truth stands out. It's a sign that biblical prophecies are being fulfilled. The final sign we'll discuss in this video is something the world is experiencing at an unprecedented rate, unlike anything we've seen before: the wrath of the earth. The Bible warns of dramatic and troubling events in the end times, including severe natural disasters. In Luke 21 verse 11, it's written that there will be great earthquakes. According to the United States Geological Survey, about 19 major earthquakes occur each year, strong enough to damage buildings and crack the earth. More destructive earthquakes, which can completely flatten buildings, happen roughly once a year. Since 1900, over 2 million people have died in earthquakes. And despite advances in technology, the number of deaths has only slightly decreased. Throughout history, devastating earthquakes have left their mark. The Valdivia earthquake, also known as the Great Chilean Earthquake, struck on May 22, 1960.
1960 emerges as the most disastrous earthquake year of modern time.
It was the strongest earthquake of the 20th century, with its epicenter about 570 kilometers south of Santiago. Valdivia was hit hardest, with up to 6,000 people estimated to have died and financial losses reaching up to $6 billion in today's money. Another massive quake, the Tangshan earthquake in China in July 1976, resulted in the deaths of up to 655,000 people. On January 12, 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti, killing over 220,000 people, injuring up to 300,000, and leaving hundreds of thousands homeless. The Bible predicts many significant events will unfold before Christ's return, a period referred to as the end times in Daniel 11, verse 35, and 11, verse 40. Increasing natural disasters are expected to be a sign of these times. These disasters are seen as God's warnings for people to turn away from their sins. In the Olivet prophecy, Jesus predicted major events would happen before his return. When asked by his disciples in Matthew 24, verse 3, about the signs of his coming and the end of the age, he outlined these future troubles. Similarly, the ancient prophet Isaiah warned about the end times. He described a time of judgment for Jerusalem and the world before Christ's return, saying in Isaiah 29, verse 6, that the Lord would punish with thunder, earthquakes, loud noise, storms, and consuming fire. During the day of the Lord, as described in Isaiah chapter 2, verses 12, 19, and 21, people will be so terrified by God's power that they will hide in the rocks and caves. They will seek refuge from the awe-inspiring majesty of the Lord as he shakes the earth mightily. The book of Luke also foretells pestilences or widespread diseases. Despite medical progress, old and new diseases continue to afflict people. Recent reports indicate that diseases like tuberculosis, malaria, and cholera are becoming more common and harder to treat. Additionally, at least 30 new diseases have emerged, some of which are incurable and deadly. Matthew further predicts food shortages. Despite advances in food production over the past 30 years, many still face hunger due to poverty or a lack of land to grow food. Over 1 billion people in developing countries live on just $1 or less per day, enduring constant hunger. The World Health Organization estimates that malnutrition leads to the deaths of over 5 million children each year. Could the end time actually be closer than we thought? What other sign of the end time have you noticed? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.